Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So before I get into this week's project, I just have to say that sometimes when you're doing DIY projects, you see them in your mind's eye some way, but when you get there, it's not really what you were thinking in your head. And that's kind of what happened this week for me. I wanted to make DIY round rope mirrors, and I was just thinking that they would be brown and I would use a bunch of materials that I already had, and it would be a super like recycled but not project, and I was really excited about it. But when I finished it up, or when I thought I finished it up, it was very brown and very bland, and so I just went with it and thought about it for a day and then continued on. And I'm really excited with the finished product, and I hope you guys like it. And yeah, let me show you how I did it. So for this tutorial, I used these round metal rings, and I actually got them from a previous project that I've done. It's from the old chandelier that I made into the orb chandelier. You can see here that it's just the top and bottom of the old chandelier. I kept these because I figured I'd do something with them. It wasn't until I went on Pinterest that I got the idea to turn them into mirrors. So the other things that I used for this project are jute rope, 1 roll, a glue gun, and 2 12-inch round mirrors from Michaels. And I also used leftover rope from the chandelier that I made as well. So the idea here was to glue the jute all the way around the rim of the metal band. Not because I didn't like the gold. The gold was okay. It was a little banged up, but I was okay with that. The actual problem with leaving it just gold was that the mirror was exactly the same size as the metal ring, so it completely went through perfectly. There wasn't any overlap to glue it onto. So the rope was 1, covering the gold, and 2, it was making it just thick enough so I would have something for the glue to stick the mirror to, so it didn't just pass through. Then I tested it out and made sure that the mirror didn't fall through again. Now I'm just cutting the leftover rope in half and gluing the end so it doesn't unravel. Then I finished it off with jute twine. I ended up changing this with just some white rope just to have a little bit more contrast. Here I am just setting the mirror down into it, putting some hot glue down, and then adding a string just to hold it together. And this really did adhere the mirror quite well. I didn't know if it was going to work, but it really did. So here you see me laying one mirror on top of the other. I did this just to make sure that the rope placement was the same on both mirrors, and I just used hot glue to adhere the larger rope to the mirror base. As you can see, it was very brown and plain. I wasn't quite happy with it, so I decided to take some of the shells that I had, and these shells are like tumbled abalone shells. They have like a rainbowy hue to them, and I got them from Michaels a long time ago for a different project. And I'm just sticking it down with hot glue. Burning fingers along the way. But in all seriousness, try not to burn your fingers. It's not worth it, promise. So I thought about leaving it just the ring around the top, but then I felt like it wasn't quite enough, so I decided to cover all of the jute with these tumbled shells. And in case you're wondering, yes, the white paper is definitely a privacy screen. then I'm just gluing it on the outside. And once I had finished it all on the outside, they turned out like this. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you liked this week's tutorial, and or not tutorial, it's not really a tutorial, it's more like, hey, you see what I did? Inspirational project. If anybody has like a name for like what I do, because it's not exactly a tutorial. I show you what I do, but it's not like I'm first you do this and then you do this and this is how it goes, but I think it's more like reality DIY. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really like the way they turned out, and my dining room is finally starting to come together. I have 2 or 3 more projects that I'm hoping to include. I might branch off and do a couple of other projects in other parts of the house just so I don't get burnt out on the dining room. Anyway, I hope you guys all have amazing weeks, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!